Yeah, definitely happy to be here again.
Hey
Yeah,
man,
we
it's
love
nice
you as a host,
to be
man.
doing this here, man. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Been a busy quite of days, or it's all cool on your side? How's the workflow going right now? Are you guys really busy, or how's it going?
I'll say it's quite busy. We
Yeah,
have like a lot of new members coming in from like the last AMA. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. That
so
that
a lot
last
of
anime really helped us a lot, man.
perfect. So a lot of education you guys have to do, right? To the new members, everybody's
Oh,
asking the same questions and so on, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much. It's
yeah.
nice. It's nice
Okay.
to have new members joining us.
Awesome. All right, so let's get into the questions. We have a few questions here that I wrote down, and then we have a few questions also from the community at the end that we will discuss. So let me kick this thing off, get right into the first question. Give us like an introduction. What is Layerium? What is the goal of it?
All right, sure. So I'll be starting this off with whatever for what VIM is. So basically, I like to welcome everyone to our AMA session. So what Layerium is actually a layer two blockchain project that aims to address the limitation of existing layer 2 solution such as Polygon, Arbitrum, and Optimism. So these projects they are usually restricted to just one layer one blockchain, and they lack interoperability with other EVM blockchains. So Layering was started with the vision of creating a layer 2 solution that can bridge and scale with multiple layer 1 EVM blockchains. So while offering seamless integration and transition for developers looking to scale their projects without compromising on the functionality and compatibility of just existing smart contracts on other layer one blockchains. Yeah, pretty much that's how it go for now. So
Okay.
for our lead developer, sorry, I need to introduce our developer as well. So our lead developer, Mr. Andrew Gibson, he has considerable expertise in the blockchain field. Of course, having previously been a part of Loop Network team, which is our partners for Layerium as well. His experience in developing Loop Network led him to being chosen as the lead developer for Layerium as well. Also, it's worth noting that while Layerium and Loop Network are in partnership, but they of course are having separate teams working on their respective projects. Right.
All right. And before after this short intro, you guys want to give an introduction to yourself, maybe, so the people know who they are talking to, what your expertise is, and what your guys' background is. Or should we go on with the next question?
Yeah, sure. Let's do a short introduction. So I'm Loliet. I'm one of the three speakers for Layerium. And yeah, that's it. Basically, we are, the dev is very busy right now. So we are representing him
Mm-hmm.
in speaking about the updates of the project. Yep. So here with me, we have Mr. Mumu and Nas Sanchez.
Hey, Mr. Momo here. Nice to meet you guys.
Hey guys, nice suggest here.
Awesome.
Definitely beautiful night to have you guys.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So let's get on with the questions like how does Layerium actually work? What's the process behind it?
So Layerium actually being like a optimistic rollup layer 2 solution, we actually incorporate a well-defined state machine that governs the status of each virtual machine within the system. So this is actually like a very complicated or rather complex uh, type of, I would say, system that we have actually incorporated for the Layerium virtual machine. So we actually sent this white paper that we have been that the devs has actually specially taken the time out to actually write it down, and it has been like vetted through like many universities, and then they said that even the university professors actually like felt that the developers actually knew what they were doing. So how it actually works is that we have six stages in terms of this process. So first we have initialization. So first you have to initialize the VMs, the virtual machines. Next you have to do the computation and execution, which you have to execute the smart contracts on the virtual machine itself. Sorry, on the blockchain. So next up we have to do the validation and aggregation. So this validates the state updates. And then after that, we have optimistic state transition. which assumes validity and dispute resolution. Sorry, there's a lot of tongue twisters going on right now, so I'm a bit stuttering.
No worries.
Yeah. So it initiates resolutions, and afterwards it transitions the state and it finalizes the transaction, and then applies the verified updates back to the validation and aggregation. And it's like the whole process that the Layerium virtual machine actually works. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And let's get a bit into your ecosystem. How is the ecosystem behind Layerium looking? Do you guys have staking? What kind of features do you guys have in place and so on? How is everything working inside the ecosystem?
If Nas will be taking this question.
Nice, buddy?
Hey, yes, sorry, I missed your. What was your question again?
Okay, so what consists of the Layerium ecosystem? What kind of features do you guys have in place, and how is the whole ecosystem working?
For the whole ecosystem of Layerium, as for now, we are planning on another ecosystem, but it's still in planning, of course. I mean, I can't really answer a lot on that question for this. But of
Okay.
course, for now, our ecosystem will be with our loop swap, and our integration with the bridge will be assisting us with which will be assisting us bridging to other layer one blockchain as well. So one of our ecosystem is of course loop swap.
Okay. And are you planning on any tools like staking and so on?
For staking wise, it hasn't been any confirmation on this. So it's currently in a concept form for now. So I
Mhm.
can't really talk about more on this. But of course, this kind of updates will be updated on our Telegram by our developers. So yeah, this one really needs to take a tune out for this.
Of course, of course. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
understandable. All right.
All right.
Well, can one of you tell me how you guys aim to generate long-term profits in the long run?
Okay, I'll answer this. So for the first form of revenue generation, we have, of course, the 12% buy-sell tax. So how is it being used? It's actually being fairly distributed into development, server fee, marketing, listing, and even the staking event. So actually, there are many people asking if the tax will reduce or change. So there will be no reduction of the tax. It's finalized. And of course, the tax on SEX will be zero. And there's a transfer tax of 12% to prevent like people exploiting the system, basically. So how does the protocol itself make money? It's actually from transaction fees. So layer 2 blockchain actually can charge transaction fee on-chain operations. So while these fees may seem a bit low compared to layer 1 transaction, the high volume actually help us to generate a significant revenue. So these fees can also be collected by validators, operators, service providers running the layer 2 infrastructure. So as for how people can make money on Layerium, there is the token economics. So Layerium have native tokens with specific token economics designed to generate revenue. So these tokens can be used for staking, governance, participation, accessing certain feature or services that we offer. And of course, appreciation in this value of tokens can also provide revenue generation opportunities such as swinging or long-term investment. So governance participation is also something that the people investing in Layerium can generate long-term profit. So Layerium blockchain incorporate governance models where token holders can participate in decision making and earn rewards for active participation. Yep.
Okay.
All right. I like to add on our governance participation.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about our DAO system. So basically, for our DAO system, there's no minimal or maximal for staking. Since we are talking about the staking part, right? So for DAO, what we have is our equal voting rights. So this is, of course, to ensure DAO adopts one token, one vote principle, where each token holder has an equal say in decision making. So this prevent concentration of power. For example, like you can see those holding millions of tokens, or like other DAOs which you have infinite powers because of the tokens they're holding, of course. So also this ensures that decisions are made collectively, reflecting the will of community rather than we have one will that that actually just outvotes everyone. So basically, it doesn't matter. It can be 1K, 10K, one stake equal to one vote. So of course, another part of us is our transparent governance processes. So transparency is crucial for maintaining fairness within a DAO system, clearly defining governance processes, including proposal submission, voting, and decision making. They should be documented and accessible to all participants. And this transparency allows for scrutiny and accountability, reducing the potential for mismanagement or hidden agendas. Of course, our community governance will be educated by educating participants about governance processes. So best practice and the overall vision and mission of the DAO is essential. Essential. A well-informed community is, of course, more likely to make fair and informed decisions. So this reduces the risk of mismanagement from our community itself. And also continuous improvement adaptation for our DAO to embrace a culture of continuous improvement and adaptability. Of course, through this sense that we'll be adapting as and when needed to counter whatever that is an inconvenience on our side. So we'll be doing regularly reassessing the governance processes, seeking feedback from participants, and implementing necessary changes based on lessons learned, and it can help address any potential mismanagement issue and, of course, promote fairness over time. Right. So basically, this is what Laureate has spoken just now about our DOS system, and I'm just trying to clarify about the system. Okay, so that's all.
Okay, awesome. Okay, let's talk a bit about the marketing side. Marketing is obviously a big thing behind every project. Without marketing, there's no success. Without marketing, there's no publicity. So what are your plans on marketing? What is your strategy for attracting new investors and users for the platform long term? I mean, you also have a big slogan like by developers for developers. So what's your take on that?
Okay, yeah. So actually, we have quite a few different various marketing strategies. So firstly, it's like AMA. So this is actually our fifth AMA already, and we realized that AMA actually really answers existing investors' questions as well as bring new investors in. So it has been working very well for us. So aside from AMA, we actually also market on bots such as Safe Analyzer, Moonpop, and a few others. And so talking about that's like the traditional marketing, right? So you can say actually centralized exchange is also a form of marketing. So we are listed on Bitmart, XT, Bitforex, Maxi, and as for audits, you can say audit is also a form of marketing. So we are already audited on Certic, and Hacken is still processing, but it's on the way. Yeah. So actually, you might also have a question as to what an active investor can do to help us market this product. So there are a few things you can do actually. By being active in the community global chat, you're actually also creating eyes, showing to the potential investors that this project has a lot of hype and has a lot of active investors in it. And another thing you can do is to hold the coins, and it will actually create FOMOs, and people see this coin is so stable and people want to buy in. Yep.
Okay, and if some people wanted to go now about buying the token, how would they go about that? How would they get that? Like, we have not talked about where they can get it yet.
Oh, so if you want to buy the token, you can buy from either PancakeSwap, or you can even buy from our centralized exchanges. But you need to do your own research, because recently there are some people talking about how some certain centralized exchange offers better price than others. So
Okay.
this one, we cannot really give you like an exact answer as to whether you buy on Bitmart or Maxi, but you have to do your own research for that. Yeah.
Okay, but you guys are listed on PancakeSwap, Maxi, and Bitmart, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So just for the people that are watching, listening in right now, you can get it on one of these exchanges, but please make your own research where you can get the best rates and so on. But like always, do your own research.
Of course, add on that our current exchange, we have 4 current centralized exchange, which is on Bitmart, Bitforex, xt.com, and honestly, I forgot one more.
No.
Think about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we are. I think you all missed it. I said Bitmart. XT, Bitforex, and Maxi.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, they
And
sound
of
a
course,
bit
that makes
similar.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so
pretty
as well.
much.
All right, perfect.
All right.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, cool. So let's get into your roadmap maybe, but like what are your top priorities in the last few months of this year and for the upcoming year? What are the big goals? What do you guys want to implement? What are the next big steps?
All right, so I'll be taking this question. So our top priorities for 2023 will be number one, the mainnet, which everyone has been anticipating. And before moving on to the mainnet, we still have to work on our testnet for like everybody to try out, right? So for in terms of like updates for our testnet, we're actually just setting up a few more, setting up the environment for local tests, which is Go and GETH. And we have to set up the essential repositories and configuring accordingly. Yeah, so these are a few things that we need to set up for our testnet before we can release it to our investors and our users. So for the mainnet, we can actually expect it to actually come out by the end of this year. And a few other things, our second top priority will be partnerships. So as per our marketing plan, to attract like more investors or like users, we will be partnering with like multiple projects, like what Loop has already done. So Loop has actually partnered with projects like let me think, Bull Bear AI. So that's like one of the recent partnerships that they did, and like Poker Bridge. So these types of partnerships are something that you can look forward to when for Layerium itself too. So this is like to attract more investors, users, and even more developers to build on our platform and our blockchain itself. As more people realize that there are more utility coming towards our blockchain, more people will be invested into using our blockchain since it's cheaper and it supports all EVM compatible layer 1 blockchains. And our third priority will be integrating with other EVMs. So we will be integrating with other layer 1 EVM blockchains such as, let's say, BNB. So and other like layer 1 blockchains, but this is like the only blockchain I have on top of my mind. So yeah, so like this is like one example of like blockchains that layer 1 EVM blockchains that we'll be connecting with. And we'll also be doing Ethereum too. So with that in mind, what makes us actually stand out from the rest of the other layer 2 blockchains out there? Compared to them, they're only scaling on Ethereum, which is only scaling on one layer 1 blockchain, which is Ethereum, while we're actually focusing on all EVM compatible layer 1 blockchains. So that actually maximizes our reach and actually improves our user base, because like more people will start to use Layerium because it's connected to more layer 1 EVM compatible blockchains. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, we have talked about long-term goals now. Like, what are the short-term goals? Like, what is going to happen next week or next month? Like, what is the next step for Layerium? You have any info about that already that you can publish?
Oh, actually, we got a surprise. We got a surprise
Okay.
ahead that we can't actually share yet. We gotta wait until like the official news from the dev, the
Okay.
official green light from the dev. Yeah, so investors,
Yeah.
do be excited for like what we have in store for you. We're gonna
But
release it
definitely
very
we have a
soon. Yeah.
surprise for everyone.
Okay, awesome. So, guys, make sure to check out the group, get in there, and wait for the big surprise, I guess. Okay,
Of course.
awesome. All right, then I'm pretty much done with my questions. Let's get into the community questions here and see what they want to know. So we have the first question here by Cindy. So Cindy is asking, of course, a blockchain project must have a high level of security to protect its funds and its ecosystem so that hackers do not attack and steal user funds. Can you explain about the security in Layerium?
Yep. Okay,
Right.
so there are multiple considerations that are put in place to ensure the safety of the fund. So other than hackers, there are also scammers as well. So the first we have is fraud proof. So the security of optimistic rollup relies on the ability of participants to submit fraud proof on the layer 1 blockchain. So fraud proof are basically evidences that an invalid or malicious transaction, also known as scams or exploits, has occurred on the layer 2 chain. So once a fraud proof is submitted, the layer 1 chain actually helps reverts the state and take corrective action. to prevent our investors from being scammed. So the effectiveness of fraud proof is crucial to deterring and preventing this kind of malicious behavior. So secondly, we also not recently actually, we have a blacklist function in place to stop scammers and hackers from exploiting our dear investors. So for any sizable blockchain, it's natural that there will be many scammers loitering around, right? So with our sheer number of admins always active in the chat, we actually always detect the scammers and the hackers early, and we blacklist their wallet to prevent them from liquidating and scamming the money of our investors. So additionally, we are also coming up with new solutions to prevent and discourage scammers. So for example, we are updating our community on how to avoid scams. And actually, we are also open to any suggestion that you guys have because, from your point of view, it might be even more obvious. So if you have any suggestion, you can suggest in the chat. Yep, that's it for the safety.
Okay, awesome. And I guess people can generally come to the chat and ask their questions and point out any ideas that they have, right? So feel free to get into that, guys, and share your thoughts about the project with them. That's always great to have some feedback from the community. All right, let's get here into the next question sent in by Snickenor. I hope I pronounced that correct. So there are many layer 2 project models that we encounter in crypto today. What makes Layerium different and superior to other projects?
Sorry, give us a second here.
Hi. Okay, for this one, I've reiterated just now. So what makes us different from other layer 2 blockchain, such as other Ethereum blockchains layer 2, just that we aims to be a layer 2 blockchain that has no restriction and no limitation, which means, of course, we are not tied to just one blockchain. We are tied to all L1 Ethereum blockchains. That is, of course, our goal and our vision for the future. So, in that sense, that itself separates us from other layer 2 blockchains, which can only scale one layer blockchain. Even in the future, with OpBNB opting for a layer 2 blockchain, even OpBNB itself is only available on only one blockchain. So what we intend to do is we are intending to bridge again across all blockchains, all L1 Ethereum blockchains, right? So yeah, pretty much. I think that's really that set us apart from other L2 blockchain.
Okay,
so
awesome.
let me add on. So in layman terms, basically, if a layer 2 project traditionally is built for, let's say, the Binance Smart Chain, it can only function on the Binance blockchain. Whereas for Layerium, what we are aiming is that we can function on any EVM blockchain, such as Binance, Avalanche, Polygon, Phantom, and many more. So it's quite clear cut why investors find us very appealing.
Okay, awesome, cool. Okay, let's get into the next question here by Randur. Randur is asking about the token, about Layerium. We haven't talked about that really that much yet. So how may I know the role of Layerium and in this project, and how can the team increase the value and utility of Layerium in the long term?
So Layerium actually acts like so we have the DAO protocol, governance protocol that we mentioned just now. And then it also acts like a gas fee on the Layerium blockchain, of course. So one special thing, one thing about Layerium is that you can either use Layerium as the gas fee, or you can use like the native layer 1 blockchain token as like a gas fee. So let's say we're scaling on Ethereum, you can use Ethereum to pay as gas fees, or you can choose to use like Layerium as the gas fee. Yeah, and how do we plan to increase the value and utility of LUM? So we want to introduce, like just now what I mentioned was like staking. So in order to increase the value of our tokens, we definitely want the ecosystem to be vibrant, want a lot of like developers building on it, so there will be a use case for our token or our blockchain, so that more people are able to utilize our blockchains, for example, to play around with like DeFi protocols, or possibly even create NFT projects on our blockchain. So aside from that, it's just staking, because staking ultimately, a lot of people definitely want to earn like passive income, a return on the tokens that they hold, right? So staking is definitely one of the key things that we will be introducing soon for our investors to actually sort of, how do I say, increase the value of the tokens that they hold. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And another question about the token here by Istram. He's asking how to buy Lium. I mean, we've talked about that, but tell us more about like tokenomics, circulating supply, taxes, and stuff like that.
Okay, I'll just take this question. So for tokenomics, our taxes are 12 buy and 12 sell. So, and also transfer tax 12. So every time you transfer to like a different wallet, we just we will take like 12% of your total amount of tokens per transfer. So during our launch, we had like 300 million tokens minted, about 180 million tokens, which is like 60%, which is available on PancakeSwap. And we set aside about 3 million tokens for future staking events and 15 million tokens, which is about 5%, 5% allocated for the team allocation. So like the admins and the developers will actually split this amount. So moreover, we actually distributed like 66 million tokens through airdrops and have earmarked about 36 million tokens for future centralized exchange listings. But as we grow as a protocol and as a blockchain, we want to like increase our exposure to like many more investors and many users. So we will often the dev will actually do like some buybacks to like get more liquidity for like centralized exchanges. So you guys can actually look out for more future centralized exchange listings. Just that we won't tell you when, so it's more exciting, Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Another question coming in here from Ilham. He's asking partnerships. Partnership is an important factor for every project. Could you name some of the partners that you have right now? What benefits do you get from them? And if there are any partnerships in the near future?
All right. Regarding this question, so far as of now, our partnership has been our greatest partner is of course our Loop network, which of course everyone has known by now. And also Loop network, as mentioned by Leonard just now, they are partnered with projects such as Cyber Network, Programmable in blockchain, and of course Loop network itself are quite well known in the L1 blockchain project in the BSC community. So what Loop Network has achieved for us is that we have worked with them, which they have, which they have helped us to acquire for centralized exchange, which has been mentioned just now. So of course, along with that, we are able to get our certic audits along with Hacken, and without their help, our growth wouldn't be this tremendous. I mean, like from 1.7K to current anchor at about 3.4 million is quite insane. No normal L1 blockchain, no normal L2 blockchain project itself can't be having this growth without the help of a partner such as Loop Network. So of course, having Loop Network as your partners means their holders themselves they trust this project. So on this sense, our backers for now are of course Loop Network itself, but in the future there will be more partnerships. So as for now, it's Loop Network itself. Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we're through with all my questions and with the community questions that I wrote down, but we still have a good amount of time left. So I would say if you guys are up for it, I'll go through a few more questions here from the community that I found on Twitter. If you're cool with that, if you still have time for that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, sure.
Perfect. Okay, so we have a question here. What is your plan for global expansion? I mean, we talked about marketing it, but like, what is the long-term expansion plan to get in, like, also maybe people from the Asian market? Are you planning on like local community groups, like have a group just for Chinese people or for Japanese people, stuff like that? Is anything in the plans like that? And yeah, what benefit do people get from holding long term? I mean, with the staking, obviously you have the benefit there, but anything else?
Regarding this in long-term vision of our marketing itself, of course we'll be marketing to our Asian side and of course our Europeans and our American side. But in the future long term, we'll be doing like expos, maybe like blockchain expos such as CoinFest, maybe Token 2049, or maybe Sun Dubai Expo. Of course, these are all in plans, which is nothing quite real now. But going global is quite some big things to do for now. So as of now, what we're planning for is marketing to both all of the world, which is our Chinese community, our Indonesian communities, our American communities, our European communities. We have quite a few Europeans with us. We got quite a number of Asian people with us, especially myself. I'm from Asia myself. So of course, to get more people on board, we have to do quite more some of everything. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And I saw a few questions also asking people about like any upcoming airdrop campaigns, or if you did any airdrop campaigns that already happened. Are you guys planning on anything in that direction?
Oh, we previously did like a event with Maxi. So like if you hold like a certain amount of tokens, of a certain amount of like Maxi tokens, then you will like receive a certain allocated amount of Layerium. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And people also ask about burning process. So can you get into that a bit more? How is your burning process working in your taxes? I don't quite remember if you had a burn or not. Are you planning on burning tokens or stuff like that?
All right. So that's actually a pretty good question about burn. So officially, we don't actually have any announcements on any burning processes for like our tokens. However, the community members has actually volunteered to like burn their own tokens. You know, as of right now, I believe about 3 or 4
Well,
community members.
it's about 75K. That's the token that's been burned as of now.
Yeah,
75,000. Yeah.
yeah. The
And
community like have to burn 75,000. Sorry.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And but there are no like plans on any big burn events in the future or something as of right now.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So let's see. People also
Oh
ask
yeah.
about. Mhm.
All right. Sorry, Finn. I saw one interesting question here regarding will we also integrate with non EVM blockchain? Unfortunately, to answer the question, we are unable to integrate with other non EVM blockchain as our code source code for no other non EVM blockchain will be quite different. So as for now, we are only able to integrate with only EVM L1 blockchains. So for non EVM block L1 blockchains, we are not able to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Question about your team. Some people are asking, how is your team set up? Like, is it you three and just a dev, or how big is your team? How big is your core team? Yeah. Are you guys all located, maybe even together, sitting together in an office, or are you guys spread around the globe? How is that working for you guys?
All right.
Uh,
So I'll take this. Oh, a lawyer can have it. Lawyer can have it.
Actually, we do not have a physical office for the admins itself, but we do communicate on a daily basis. You know, basically 24/7 around the clock. And we have team members from different parts of the world, so different time zone, so that we can manage, you know, any inquiries or problems throughout any time of the day. Yeah. Actually, to add on to just now the about global and international expansion, right? We actually have created a Chinese group chat already for our Chinese investors, and we are actually planning to create for more for the other investors as well. But we're still finding team members to do this for us. And we actually already have an agreement with over 10 Chinese community to feature our token. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Let me see here what kind of questions. A lot of questions just repeating themselves. People are also asking about NFTs. So, are you guys planning on any NFTs? If yes, do you already have an insight on maybe a use case for them, or is that not in on your mind as of right now?
For NFT purposes, of course, I mean, what are blockchains for if you don't have NFT on them, right? So for NFT, of course, there will be future plans for NFT market, but of course, we need to have developers who are willing to join our blockchains for NFT marketplace and NFT. Like, for example, yeah, I mean, we can have NFT on our blockchain, no issue, since it itself is a standalone blockchain along with a L1 attached to it. So yeah, I mean, we are going to Ethereum. Maybe those in Ethereum can themselves join our Layerium blockchain and get a cheaper gas fee. I mean, like Ethereum gas fees nowadays are still quite high. So I mean, if they want to find an alternative to a cheaper gas fees, I mean, Layerium in itself is one of the options that you can go to, and at the same time, I mean, have the NFT being launched at other blockchains as well. I mean, that's what we are for here. I mean, you can have your Ethereum NFT move on to other Binance or even AVEX. I mean, like the thing itself is limitless. Yes. So yeah, maybe NFT is a possibility. Yeah, of course, no issue.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And some people are asking about like community events. Are you guys having any ongoing community events, like, for example, let's say meme contests or stuff like that? Or if not, are you planning on doing some where people like could win tokens or stuff like that?
As for now, we don't really have uh, any plans for like community events.
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't have like any concrete plans on. But perhaps we can like take some suggestions from the community. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, guys, you heard it. Get in there. Tell them you want community events. You'll be able to earn some tokens probably. So, let them know what you think that they can do. Awesome. Okay. Once again, just a heads up, guys. Everybody that joined in later, make sure that you check out all the links. Join the group. Check out the projects. It's definitely one of the big ones here for the bull market for the next one. So yeah, get on it. Okay, let's see. I'm looking through, but I'm seeing all the same questions here. While I look for some more questions here, maybe you guys want to add on to anything that we haven't talked about yet. Do you guys have anything you want to tell the people? Feel free to do so now.
Oh, yes, definitely. So we actually forgot to mention that we have a representative, like how would I say, a professional representative for Layerium itself. Her name is called Selena. She actually works very closely with Binance. So if you do some stalking, you can see that Selena and Selena and CC is like there's some connection there. So just a little thing for like the community if they realize it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anything else you guys want to add on to it? Because I'm really pretty much out of questions
All
in
right.
the communities
Okay.
also.
Maybe I can do a bit of layer two education on some of the community members that are here.
Sure.
So maybe, all right. So beautiful. So what layer two? So what is layer two itself? Is actually sorry. Let me get map. So what layer two itself is a solution by which is a context of blockchain technology that refers to protocol and framework which of themselves built on top of existing blockchains, which are layer ones. So what examples we have of layer two are Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism. So what they are on blockchains itself is on Ethereum as a third-party integration to Ethereum itself. So what they do is they help to improve scalability, efficiency, and functionality of the layer one blockchain itself. So for comparing layer two solution to layer one blockchains, of course, the advantages of a layer two includes which is scalability. So what is scalability itself is that layer two, they offer a solution that can significantly enhance the scalability of the blockchain network. This is our layer one blockchain. So what they do is they do an offloading of a significant portion of transaction processing and data storage to layer two. The underlying L1 blockchain can handle a larger number of transactions and they can itself achieve a higher throughput. So another sense of what layer 2 can do to a layer 1 blockchain is they help to reduce cost of a layer 1 blockchain. So they can help by reducing transaction fee by aggregating multiple transactions and settling them as a single batch on the layer 1 blockchain. So this batching process reduces the load on the layer 1 blockchain and optimizes resources usage. So it results in lower fees for users. So the next best thing about layer 2 is that there are faster transaction confirmation. So layer 2 protocols they can enable faster transaction confirmation by processing transaction off-chain. So the process itself is off-chain first before it will be put like through on-chain on the layer 1 itself. So this helps to be a more efficient consensus mechanism. And this itself improves user experience and allows for near instantaneous transaction finality, which means you can have your transaction done in less than 3 seconds, even done in less 2 seconds. I mean, like the yeah. So what the next one about layer 2 is that is improved privacy. So what layer 2 solution, as I said, is being done with off-chain transaction. So they enhance privacy by keeping sensitive transaction details of the public layer 1 blockchain. So through techniques like zero knowledge proof, or in short ZK proof or ZK rollup or stick channel, layer 2 itself can provide more secure and private transaction execution. So last thing is, sorry, I got 3 more things to go through. So what the next thing you do is it enhances the functionality of a layer. It enhances the functionality of a layer 1 blockchain. So they can introduce additional features and capability to blockchain networks. They can enable complex smart contract execution, support interoperability between different blockchains, or introduce novel consensus mechanism which expands the possibility of blockchain technology. And also flexibility and upgradability. So layer 2 solution can be more flexible and easily get upgraded compared to layer 1 blockchains. So what we have here is something that you can do in a sense that you can do to a layer 1, which is you can be more flexible and you can upgrade much more easily than you compare to layer 1 blockchain. So developers can iterate and experiment with new features and improvement at the layer 2 level without requiring changes to underlying layer 1 blockchains, thus providing greater agility and adaptability. So of course, while all this, it's important to note that while layer 2 solutions are not necessarily superior themselves to layer 1 blockchains in all aspects, both layers they serve different purposes and have their own strengths and weaknesses. And the choice between them depends on specific use case, requirements, and trade-off. So in a sense is, without layer 1 blockchains, layer 2 won't exist in the first place. So yeah, both of them are helping out each other. So yeah, basically that's much about layer 2 blockchains and what is it about.
Okay, awesome.
Damn, that
Teacher
was long.
Ness here.
Oh my god, that was long. Oh, all right.
But all good, I guess. I hope now everybody has a short intro into layer 2 blockchains. Awesome. Okay, guys, I think if you don't have anything else you want to talk about, I think we can end it around here. We've talked about a lot. Once again, everybody watching, please make sure to check out the project, get on the website, get into the white paper, read through everything once again, make sure you understand it, make your own research. And if you're interested in the project, get into it. It's definitely a good looking project here from my point of view. Really, really great work that you guys did so far. And yeah, thank you everybody for joining and watching. Thank you guys for being here today. You guys want to say anything else before we end it here?
We just want to thank all of you guys for attending, and thank you, Finn, for hosting us again. This is the second
Of course.
time. Yeah. And actually, we have a message for all the investors here. So if you are doing swinging or or any form of trading, just leave a moon back at least, because there are many people messaging all of our admins about how the past 2 days our coin pumped from 1.5 million to 4 million. Yeah, a lot of people are very sad messaging that. So just a word of advice for all of you guys. Yeah. FADYO.
All right.
Perfect.
It's a great moment with you again, Finn, for tonight. Thank you a lot for having us on this AME. We really appreciate that you're coming in for us the second time, and it's been
Of
a great
course.
AME tonight.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Need you want to throw anything else before we end it here?
I'd
Just like
rather
to
not
thank
do
you
anything
for having
else, bro.
us.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. Then thank you everybody once again for watching. Make sure to check out Layerium, and I guess I catch you on the next one, guys.
Thanks,
All
man.
right,
See you
bye bye.
around.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
All right.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.